Hi everybody, can you believe it? March is almost around. So I guess you're getting ready for the spring or the fall, depending on which corner of this planet you are. And guys, if you wanted to get your annual scope and you forgot it, right now it's a great time. They're right now on sale. So you're getting one sign for $10 and all signs for 20. So you can check somebody else, or you can check your ascendant and Venus sign and Mars sign. So this is a great opportunity. But the best part of my special is my speed up promotion. So you are not waiting 3 weeks anymore for the readings. So I'm actually upgrading whatever the term was before. So 3 weeks is now 1 week. So becoming a rush reading. And the rush reading, which was week, is now 3 days. And if you really want an urgent reading, you're going to get it within 24 hours. And if you're North America, most likely the same day. So guys, check my website www.cattarot.ca for more information. You can also find me on Instagram and on Facebook, where I actually also publish daily taroscopes. So let's jump in. Ten of Sea, 5 of Fire, 7 of Fire, Good Kitty reversed, 5 of Sea, 2 of Fire, Cat Magic, 9 of Fire reversed, Grace reversed, and Earth Thumb reversed. The bottom of the deck, Earth King. So my dear Aries, let me start with wishing you early wishes for your birthday. I know you're starting after 22nd this month. So let's see what kind of developments we're going to have. It looks like there are some actions from the past. Some stability have been taken away. There is an imbalance where there was some kind of loss, and it could even be monetary loss. I kind of don't like when I see fire and water here, both being kind of like very unstable and feeling like both as your ground and also what is grounding you. Grounding you is possibly even some kind of embarrassment or not being up to task, or just like, feeling that you are going to fail to do something. And maybe simply playing with fire. But this card is simply, to me, telling Aries, because you guys have that ability, unlike any other sign, to really go after what you want. You have that extraordinary amount of energy, of ability to kind of like really push it forward, right? You don't really ground it as we are going to learning through the different steps, but sometimes sheer energy and sheer courage is extremely important, and I think that's what you have. You yet have another 5 over here, and this is talking about playful game, but I would really warn you here that be careful that something that seems to be playful, something that seems to be that somebody's encroaching your territory, if something doesn't feel right, call it. Just like simply say so, because there is like also 10 of Cups over here reversed. So now we're having these two things, like somebody might interfere with your sense of did they really have to decide to do the work right now? Somebody's really interfering with your sense of relaxation, with your sense of family. Check this little crab, like don't let something or somebody pinch you. So call it, because these two cards are simply telling me that it could be a situation where it might just feel simply wrong. You're not going to be really able to put a finger on it. Oh my gosh. You know, like I have a neighbor. I guess he has to start writing a comedy channel, and he does this stuff. Honestly, this is just like living in a everyday prank zone. So, talking about the boundaries, I think I'm going to go and speak to him about that. So, if something doesn't feel right, guys, step in and just like say so, because something hasn't felt right in the past. This could be the boss, this could be somebody, this could be a boyfriend, this could be somebody from the past who is married, because this person generally is either somebody who is just like wasting money or wasting your time, somebody who may appear or wants to give this appearance of being more well off than they are, but that's not the truth. But be very careful, because this person is really offering to you, and some of you, I don't know if you're single or not single, look at this. You have the Empress, you have C Tom, and you have Two of C. Somebody might be coming to your life. You guys, if you're single, there's somebody coming who's going to look really, really charming. And he might, however, have issues with the bank account, meaning too much money on the credit cards. So you do know that money is a number one issue when it comes to couplehood, that this is like more or less that, and cheating breaks kind of like relationship away. So I know you cannot ask a completely new person, "Oh, wait a minute, let me just check your credit card balance," but you will see it by different habits. You will see if they are spending money on trinkets versus kind of like trying to pull it together, because this should be definitely one of the filters. Sometimes when I study people, I can find quite a bit about a person simply by even studying the choice of the partner the person has, and choice of basically dishes, and choice of clothes. You're kind of like getting some kind of like feeling for a person. Now, you do have here Earth King, but here you have Earth Tom. So something might take you out of balance, somewhere really where your birthday hits. And I think it's going to happen that after a whole bunch of this upsurge of happening, and maybe you haven't gotten a promotion, maybe somebody hurt you, maybe there were things from the past that came to bite you in your behind, Mr. and Mrs. Aries. So now you see, like we have these two twos on each side, like kind of like both reversed. So here we are going from good kitty and dreaming about the best, but sometimes like we get the other side of equation. This basically tells me that somebody knew what is right and what is wrong, and they chose wrong knowingly. Like we all know the right from wrong, and sometimes we choose it because it kind of benefits us at that moment. Maybe don't see 360 how this affects other people. So whether this was you or that has been done to you, kind of like has been a foundation of the past. So for the future is like this indecision: shall I go or shall I not go? Because it is like so exciting out there. So honestly, this almost like might feel that some of you, and I'm sorry to say this, but kind of like I'm feeling this way, so just like straighten me out if this is the case. But I'm seriously getting a feeling here that some of you might kind of like go and find a new partner and kind of like have an excursion this way. But also it tells me from the cards that you actually are not the type who does it, and this simply is going to kind of like break over your head. Almost like two wrongs are not making a right. And I feel that I don't see really any card that specifically tells me the third person, but I do see that there is either engagement that you're still kind of thinking about something from the past, or that somebody new who will be appearing might actually come to the surface and charm you, like I mean big times. Like somebody's going to be a really, really good dater. This person takes you to really nice places and dresses really well, smells really nice. Kind of like all this like pheromones are affected in the beginning. Watch those pheromones, right? But you know what? If this is the case, that you kind of like feel like you have been pushed away or have been hurt, be very careful, because you do have the right to create whatever you want this month. Cat magic is here, and you know what they say: beware what you wish for. You might get it. What if you want this person so badly, and this person, I don't know. I don't really see a con man. This actually would be a con man. But I mean, the combination over here is telling me that you guys are actually on a really good trajectory. And this number 1, because you're like, I mean, horoscope sign number 1 should be music to your ears. I just like, again, I would kind of like to give you a caveat over here that something that kind of like was still going on through February and early stages of March are sort of like picking up the speed around your birthday. And I'm seeing here sort of like some kind of deliberation. Maybe because here it is like, what do I do? What should I do? It is kind of indecision, and maybe even inability to move forward, because this is that fire. This is your thing. You have a fire here, you have a fire here, you have a fire here, and this is basically a fire card as well. So even though they're showing it with a whole bunch of water here, so duh. So I love it because this is in the other deck called Temperance, and Temperance is always like about the balance of the two. So we all know how much cats like water. So I think the kitty cat is the representation of fire here. So when this is this way, then basically I think it can come back to this thingy over here, where you kind of like really dip yourself in here just to grab a fish, but next thing you know, like, you're all the way in. And we do know how much cats hate to be embarrassed like that, or be wet for anything. If I just sprinkle a little bit on my Safi, there is like a complete freak out. So this is reversed. This is telling me that even though you're really thinking about something really cannot be done at this time. This card here is always primarily telling me something is not the right time, or it also could tell this is not the right person, not right place, right? So this is the only category in Celtic Cross that sort of like can really be influenced, because this is like a really far trajectory. Earth Tom over here, and we see here this huge carrying, right? But it is reversed. So guys, money, I don't know if there is a tax season. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe you're affected that a whole bunch of things are happening, and you're kind of like looking, what do I have to do down the road? I don't know, you guys in the States, what are you filing taxes in May? We are filing it in, I think, in April in Canada. And it could be like, I mean, something that is happening that you're just really trying to figure out how to do it. Be very, very careful. If this is the taxes the time that you kind of like think this could be it, then really be as honest as you can be, because this tells me that you'll try to cook something, and if you try to cook something, is going to explode in your face. I'm just saying so. For singles, mingling is well positioned, but be careful of a person who is looking too good to be true. And lastly, don't go too deep with anybody this month. Simply just like pay attention to yourself. This is such a lovely card to get the special emotions. So Aries, let me see what the heck is this good kitty. I see here somebody giving up on you. I see here somebody really thinking about what to do and deciding maybe this is not the right time, and something like, not that I'm saying this is lost, and again, this is a general reading, and I probably should preface every video rather than saying in the middle. What happens in a general reading is that all of you, and there's like about 20,000 people per sign each month for each video that actually view the video. And so when I focus on the shuffle cards, which I kind of like now show it to you, what goes through my head, like I'm saying to myself, Aries, March 2018. I'm focusing on all these energies, and people who also pick up on those energies come and kind of like see this channel. So it's a general energy, so doesn't have to be yours, and maybe that small crucial element could make a difference. So private reading is the only answer. Also, I do live sessions on Saturday. time permitting. And so this is also a way to kind of like come and chit chat, and I love them. So hopefully you'll be there. And yeah, please like and subscribe this video. So let me see this. Let me see this, and let me see this. You're getting extra reading because somebody's birthday coming up, and then you're going to also get it next month as well. Nice to be you. So what this good kitty was waiting for something. Look at this foe and young woman. Okay, so if this is about taxes, be very careful about dependence and what you claim. However, I think this can also talk about a rival. Not a rival, a rival. A person who can be, you know, your competition. Who can be a younger woman, or who can be a person with a child. And in fact, this child is becoming that third party and is maybe having some kind of influence. But this kind of like is something that have been waiting on your, like sitting on your mind for quite a while. So let me see here. Look at that, because I was trying to see what is embarrassment, what was this kind of love over here. Something doesn't serve, love that doesn't serve anymore. And then we have the death, right? And it's kind of like the ending where I think you're still trying to find your balance or something. For those of you who are just looking for the general reading, this could be end of some project that maybe has been useful, but maybe didn't end in a way that was, let's call it a natural end. AG, your computer didn't just get retired because you bought a new computer. It maybe got dropped on the floor, or, you know, like off the balcony, sort of a thing. Or, you know, as I did it once, unfortunately, I left it on the hood of my car to pick up something because I dropped the keys. Next thing you know, I'm picking up the keys and the laptop is falling down. So lovely. It was the opportunity for the death card, and it was something that I really loved. But it really seems to me, and this also could be a husband. It could be that some of you went through the divorce as well. So let me see this cat magic. And again, I'm seeing this. I'm seeing this divorce situation, and something that actually ended well in terms of finances. So there is some money coming in, but like you're not liking your newfound position. Somebody's not finding it. Or you might be meeting somebody who, again, looks like the gift, or presents himself or herself as the gift to the other gender, but is actually holding something in. You see, this is kind of like a card. I don't know if you can see it, my dear. Can you see the ala mia cara? So, my dear, right? My darling. So he is at the stage, as you can see, not fully taken down with this, but he's still handling this in gloves, as you can see. Wear gloves, golf gloves, I guess, and a really tiny little shoes. And I don't know what the heck this is. I really don't want to eat on my grave, anything like this. But I actually never noticed this before. Blah. Looks like almost like a victory thing. It's also kind of like very sexual, but this is like reversed. It just tells me that there is like still some influence, and I really apologize for this kind of like blur. My camera is like so sensitive that the moment I do this, it tries to find the focus. So I have to balance between giving you the zoom or not giving you the zoom in. So anyway, so let me see this giving up or deliberation. It could be also, from what I see now, that it is you who have walked away from something, that you felt it was just not transparent enough. You felt it just didn't work, and the other person is still kind of like hopeful about that. It's hopeful to kind of like come together, that something is just going to happen out of nowhere and bring some kind of like news. Somebody definitely is closed off and kind of like doesn't know what's going on. So whether this is you, that you're holding that information, or somebody else is doing that. What do we have here? Well, this imbalance is, well, check your friends, guys. Like we have despair, we have service, and we have a friend. Like in this card, It's kind of like giving us actually lots of details. I kind of read this card much different, well, not much different, but different than others, because I do sometimes go to the book and see what they say, but I also kind of like really have my own interpretation because of the vast symbolism. First of all, we see the window. There's nothing out there. Somebody doesn't see way out. As you can see, there is basically like a picture and flowers broken. To me, the most interesting detail of everything is that holy boy, he's going to kill himself, but he needs a support. It's kind of like really bizarre. So it basically tells me that there is like a lack of seriousness, but there is like still telling me that there is like some kind of like presence of mind that have happened before, because this is talking about hopes and fears. And hope is like that somebody really kind of comes through, that somebody needs to be acknowledged in the situation. I think what happened was lots of bickering back and forth, and somebody doesn't feel that they have been heard, or something that they really insisted upon has been acknowledged, right? And kind of like maybe somebody even threatened with divorce or something of this kind. And truly, this person is hoping that somebody will come through, walk this path, and maybe even beg for forgiveness. Well, don't we all dream about it? Well, how often this happens? So, my dear Aries, as I said, this is a general reading. Contact me at www.cattarot.ca if you want a private one. And thank you so much for being here. I really hope you like, share, subscribe, and most of it, please leave me your comment and see what you think. Love you. Have a great month.